Hyperwear Training Lab. My name is Diane Vives and I'm the Education Director and Training Director for Hyperwear. And what we want to focus on this week is showing you some examples of what it looks like to load on one side of the body and how that affects the exercise. And so I'm going to have Jim here help me out by showing you some examples. The very first one is we're taking just a very traditional squat, sagittally loaded, feet shoulder width apart, but the fact that he's holding the load on one side of the body really makes the opposite side of the body work very hard to really stabilize that vertical line. So we're going to get a little bit more hip and core involvement on the opposite side for that rotary stability and that frontal plane stability as well. So it's a great way to really challenge the clients and athletes, and this is something that occurs in daily life, being loaded on one side, carrying things on one side, but it gets that great extra load on the core and the hips. So it's a great way to just really challenge the whole system and the kinetic chain. Now we can take something like a lunge, and the difference here is because we're splitting that into a lunge position, the forward leg stabilizes for that forward position. And so when he's holding the SandBell weight or the SteelBell weight on one side of the body on the outside of the leg, meaning it's loaded on the outside of this leg, it's a little bit more of an easier progression because this is the support leg that's out in front and he's loaded on this side. So now, if he's loaded on the same side here, but now he's lunging with the opposite leg, meaning he's on the inside of the forward leg, it creates a lot of great challenge for the lower body because now he's on the opposite side of that forward stability. So meaning right here, he's really got to emphasize not letting it pull him out of position just like that, and it's a lot more of a challenge. So it's a great way to work both sides, okay? And so now, even something as simple as adding a curl and press upper body movement where we're going to combine a nice bicep curl with an overhead press. Again, the fact that we're loaded, and with this SteelBell, we're looking at 15, 20 pounds here. He has to really make sure that he's got that nice vertical line and not let it pull him out of position. So again, we're getting a lot of extra core action by having to stabilize that movement. Okay, now we're going to show you just one more example. And on this one, we're going to change to a single leg base of support, and we're going to focus on a single leg deadlift. So here again, by loading, having on one side, base of support on one side, and loading with one arm on the opposite contralateral side, he really has to focus on nice hip position, keeping it level with the ground, and make sure that he doesn't roll out or overcompensate. So this is a great way to challenge, again, that cross pattern from this foot across the hips through the core into the opposite side of the body. Awesome. All right, so that's loading on one side or unilaterally loading. Try that out with some different movements and see how it feels. We'll see you next week.